Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cervantes vlogs. I'm kind of stoked to share some things with you, but at the same time kind of like feeling a weird sense of
Cervantes! You're so silly!
I'm gonna share with you about something on my journey related to my health. I know a lot of you who know me in particular have noticed that I am like half the size that I have been the past few years, and you know, honestly, there's a lot to share there. And so anyway, follow us along in the journey. I'll tell you some of the ups and downs, some of the cool surprising things, and some of the really bad surprising things. That way you can maybe get inspiration on how to overcome when you face new facts and difficult things that come your way. So step right into the Cervantes world and see what's ahead. The elephant in the room is how much I'm no longer an elephant. In other words, I lost a ton of weight and have gone through some health issues, and all of you have, well, many of you have asked about it, you know, sent me some DMs and asked about what's going on with that, tell us the story. So I'm gonna let you in on a little bit about it, and of course involve my little familia.
So people might be wondering how I've been adjusting to, you know, Ruben losing all the weight. And you know, I have always loved him no matter what. Even when he was 300 pounds, I adored him. He's always been such an amazing husband. And so for me, this is just like icing on the cake. I mean, I love it. It's so novel. It's like I got my boyfriend back, because he was like that when we were dating, and he's my Ruben. And he's always been my Ruben. He's just so hot.
Where the story begins is April 29th of the year 2019. God speaks to me about going on a fast. January 10th, I'm having these elevated heart palpitations, and it gets to the point where I'm freaking out. I think I'm having a heart attack, and I start crying because I realized that if indeed it was true that I'm having a heart attack, man, like this really stinks. I was just thinking about how messy the garage was and basement was, and how many unfinished projects were in the house, which is probably why you guys are shocked that we're doing so much. There's just so many things I neglected because I was being heroic, you know, trying to serve the better, greater cause. Heading to the ER with terrible insurance. I'm waiting in the parking lot hoping that this thing subsides. At the end of the day, I'm talking to my parents and they said, just go in, your health is at stake here. So we end up going in. You know, I weigh in at 300 pounds, 300.1 pounds. I had never seen that. I knew that I was that heavy, but I had never seen it on the scale. The good news was that I didn't have any heart issues. I had a little bit of high cholesterol and blood pressure was a little bit high, but in terms of like my heart issues, I was clean. So then they put me into another machine. They tell me that I had a bolic attack. I was like, what's that? Never heard of it. Is it a heart attack? They said, no, it's an issue with your gallbladder. Basically, you're fat. You know, I mean, they didn't say it that way, but they were recommending to take out my gallbladder. I said, absolutely not. Like, what do I need to do not to have to get my gallbladder taken out? And what they said was, you can't have any oil, you can't have any dairy, you can't have any animal proteins, you can't have any sugar, any caffeine. So I said, I'll do what it takes. So I became an instant rabbit. I mean, like the most extreme kind of vegan there is, you know, like I wasn't having anything except for things that grow from the ground, as healthy as I could find it. I lose 30 pounds in like 7 weeks or something like that. I step into the 40-day fast, all right? And here I am, day 38. I had lost so much weight, okay? I'm down to like 225 pounds on day 35, I weigh in. I was 75 pounds lighter, and I knew that that's not like the best way to do weight loss. I knew I was in the middle of something divine. And so on day 38, I'm having another kind of attack. Are you kidding me? I'm having this thing called gout, but of course I don't know what it is. And when I'm researching things like that, gout is something that shows up, but it's like on your toe. And I'm having pain in like my ankle and on top of my ankle. So I'm thinking, I broke my foot. It's broken. I broke it somehow because I ate too much meat growing up or something like that. There's these purine crystals. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with the details. The point is, it is the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life. What that resulted in is that now I've had to adjust my diet by demand. Otherwise, I'm in crazy amount of pain, to a modified version of the DASH diet, or it's like a Mediterranean diet. But what that does is ensures that I'm not introducing so much foods that contribute to the uric acid that collects in my joint down there, that forms these purine crystals that cause crazy pain during times of a flare-up, or in my case, attack. I've had 3 attacks since that time on April 7th, and it is not fun. So my wife and we did our research, we consulted with doctors, rheumatologists, naturopaths, everything, people who have been on a healing journey. And so what we ended up doing is getting a couple of cookbooks with gout and doing some supplements and all this stuff. And in the process, Elise has been such a champ, because she's cooking in a way that helps me to heal. She's grown a garden, and already she's been able to harvest some things, and today she's gonna cook a meal that's gout friendly and delicious. Honey, did you get these from our garden?
I did. I've got cabbage leaves, broccoli leaves, cauliflower leaves, and turnip greens. And actually the reason why is kind of funny, I was cleaning out my garden beds and I picked all the leaves around the perimeter just to kind of clean things up. I don't want anything to go to waste. All this excess stuff I'm actually preparing so that we can cook it and eat it, because it's delicious. It's so nutritious.
All right, so here it is. It's the Tuscan greens and rice. Look at that. Looks delicious, doesn't it? I'm gonna grab a jalapeno and I'm gonna chow in. Healthy eating doesn't have to be terrible, but I'm excited. We're gonna eat outside because it's nice.
It's been, good to branch out there, trying out new recipes, and then some of them work and some of them don't. And it's just part of the exploratory phase. I think what I found is I've always wanted to cook healthy, but I think Ruben and we needed to be in agreement. Like, we needed a unified vision, unified goals. This is where we're going. And I feel like we both had individual goals. He's always been a little bit better with fitness, with exercising, and I've always been a little bit better with eating healthy. And so I feel like we're actually coming, 9 years into our marriage, coming into a place of merging those two goals. So I'm excited. I feel hopeful. Yeah, just come on.